technique. Guess what? I own 2 phones. I don't know what's going on, but every time I deal with my iPhone, that's what I've been trying to make work. It's not working for whatever reason. So we're gonna try the Android now. Let's see if y'all are gonna pop on again, because there was quite an interesting audience on there. I am surprised. Humbled. Definitely humbled. You know what they say, when one thing doesn't work, try another. Because as soon as it shut off, it said 17 minutes. It only recorded 17 minutes, and we were on there for more than 17. So hey, 19, here we come. Let's try again. You want to see the oil fields? Right now it's Midland. There's nothing fun. I unfortunately cannot get caught up with what you guys were saying, because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of you making comments, which is cool. Like I thought I saw like 170 people on there. So yeah, no, I keep getting cut off is what it is. We didn't say no bad things. Nice, thank you. So I guess we'll give it a minute, see if anyone else is interested in coming back. I'm on a different phone. Scout's Honor. I guess Scout's Honor is this. So we're heading to Snyder. I've got an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours maybe, because I'm in Old Bessie. Y'all, if y'all seen Old Bessie, she's the 99 F350 that I've been working on. Good truck, not the fastest in the world. So probably a good thing, because sometimes I get a little bit of a lead foot when I'm annoyed. So I think it's the right hand though. I showed you the left. Anyway, hang on, I gotta set my thing up in front of me so I can see it. I would put you on the windshield, but it's hot. Did I mention how hot it is? I really don't want to lose my phone to that. I will set you up there in a minute when we're heading out of town, because it's just a whole lot of nothing. I'm just annoyed at the whole world right now. Not the people, not you guys. You know, most people don't bother the government. Then I guess you could say, yeah, it could be some of the people. So here's a new one. So I decided to watch Samantha Bee last night for a little bit. I think I can only digest about 10 minutes. What time do we have the steps? Okay. 9 Yes, we're on for May 28th in Austin, Texas. Okay, we're doing the rally. That is a go. And we have the steps between 1 and 4. 1 and 4. I believe it's the south steps. We can set up as early as noon. We are trying to get a few different things out to you guys. We've got a flyer that we're getting developed. It's just taking a little bit of time. I wish that I could tell you that we can just get things up and running like that, but it's not happening that way. And part of the reason it's not happening that way is because Lisa and several other people that are associated with this have to work their asses off to make money to catch up from things, and also because everything costs so much, which I'm sure y'all can understand. I'm sure you're all in the same freaking boat. But when I'm working 14 to 16 hours a day again and working on trucks, because I can't afford to pay anyone to work on trucks right now, for a lot of reasons. And you know what? I technically took 2 months and I put my resources and my energy elsewhere, and I don't regret it for a second. But when you do that, that's a consequence to your choices. And so I'm catching up, but I can't catch up any faster than I used to be able to, because gas costs fucking $5 or more a gallon, because food is 1.5 times more than what it should be. And by the way, new interesting tidbit of info. Midland, Texas is the number one place in the United States for inflation right now. Wouldn't you know? So it's come to my attention that I live in the place with the highest inflation in the United States. So everything that used to cost me, like, I don't know, $280 in groceries is now $400 in groceries. So I've had to raise my rates, unfortunately, and this is how this works. Economics Principle 101. The corporations do not pay their fair share to reduce inflation. They pass it on to the consumer because when you're in business, you have a certain amount of money that you need to make. Now, we can argue the greed, we can argue the percentage, we can argue the profits all freaking day long. That is not the freaking point. The point is a company decides how much profit they want to make. If you can't make that amount of profit, 9 times out of 10, it does not behoove you to stay in business. So if you have inflation that's hitting you at your costs and you have to raise people's wages so that they can compensate for inflation, because some companies are and some companies aren't, and you have your set and fixed costs and everything you're doing is going up in your business and you have an X profit margin, then you have to raise your prices to compensate for your X profit margin, or it doesn't make sense for you to stay in business. And so the next time I hear a politician say that the corporations have to pay their fair share, I figuratively want to punch somebody in the face. Not literally, because we don't condone violence here, but that's how I feel sometimes. In a peaceful manner. And there is no paying your fair share. I'm tired of hearing fair share. You either work your ass off for what you're doing or you don't. And yes, there are greedy corporations. There are bad people in the world, but there are good corporations and there are good big businesses that work their ass off to get that size, and we have to respect that. And if you don't agree with their corporate policies, don't fucking buy from them. Live your principles, people. If you don't like Amazon, don't buy from Amazon. If you don't like Walmart, don't buy from Walmart. That's a choice. That's a principle. There's a cost involved. If you can't stand by your principles and refuse to support these corporations, then I'm sorry, you don't get to bitch about it. You don't. It's just like me. If I have to suck it up and buy something from Walmart because unfortunately I don't have the money, or I have $100 in my bank account and I have to go roll change to make sure I have enough fuel for my company, then I will admit it. I bought from Walmart. Head hanging shame. I will try not to do it again. I mean, it's just, that's where we're at in the world. And I'm just super tired of do as I say and not as I do. I grew up with that my whole life. My whole life. I grew up in chaos my whole life. I didn't know that it wasn't normal to not constantly be in chaos until I was like 23, 24, 25. I don't know what it was. That's why I have a lot of sympathy for people between the ages of 18 and 27-ish, because whatever they grew up in, that's what they thought was average, normal, whatever. And I have more sympathy for them in some ways because they thought that was normal. They were indoctrinated to it. That's what they were taught. They didn't know any better. They really didn't see any different. Well, by the time you're about 25 to 27, you should have experienced enough in the world to understand that that's not how the world works, how you grew up. That's two different things. And if you don't understand that, A, what environment have you kept yourself in the entire time to not understand that? Or B, why are you refusing to acknowledge the reality of the situation? So by the time you're about 27, 28, I have no more sympathy for you. None. Oh, my parents, what? Your parents did what? You've lived enough as an adult to know the difference and to be able to teach yourself differently. Who takes control? No, they don't take control, quote unquote, May 22nd. It's a summit right now. But there's a clip of German Chancellor, and he already stated that Biden deposited $50 million into the World Bank in support of those amendments to the WHO for the pandemic planning regarding those amendments, and that Germany and other countries needed to follow up. Yeah, it is the German Chancellor that said it. That was the evidence I got, that basically he had already started to move forward with it without asking anyone. And I also adore the fact that they basically stated that a non-vote is a yes vote. A non-vote is a yes vote. A lot of companies do that. What's it called? I can't think of it. Negative acceptance or something like that. I don't know the exact terminology. It's a contract terminology, which is beneficial in the consumer world a lot of times, because, I can legitimately accept that as a contractual term, but not for the government, not for something that big. That's ridiculous. If they want that lack of vote, it's just down and dirty tactics. We all know that. So that's how that goes. But yeah, it's just me having, I don't know if I'm having a rough day. I'm just thinking about shit and having a conversation with all the people in YouTube land, because maybe silence is compliant. Yeah, absolutely, Sarah. It is. Matt Small, how to kill a nation. Bankrupt the working class. Bankrupt the working class, start by fuel shortage and watch it roll in every corner. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Here's the other problem I have, is that we have to be careful and realize that it's not just that hand at work. There's other, benevolent hands at work that I've been watching and that have come to my attention about certain things. The problem is everybody's on both sides, benevolent and malevolence, the opposite word, destroying everything. It's gonna hurt, guys. I mean, if they're destroying it to make it for the good, any food processing plants that contain GMOs, I've heard a rumor that these people are actually trying to get rid of the GMO processing food plants to eliminate that. And if that's accurate, I mean, I'm not all for destruction of things. I don't believe in GMO. I think that it's harmful. I think when you take something and you alter its DNA or RNA, that's a problem. You're playing God, or you're playing something, depending on what you believe in. But you're making something that the human body is not designed to take and not adapted to it. And so you're causing problems. It's like margarine. Do y'all know the story about margarine? It's a good one. Margarine was originally designed to fatten up turkeys for Thanksgiving. And when you fatten up turkeys for Thanksgiving, then you got fatter turkeys faster because it's a high fat. Well, they started feeding it to turkeys. And guess what happened? Turkeys started falling over dead quickly. And they decided it was probably not good for the turkeys. Well, they spent all this money on research and development, had to make it up somewhere. Guess what they did? They started a campaign against butter so they could push margarine, which was what was used to fatten turkeys but killed them. high triglycerides, different things like that, not good for them. So they started pushing margarine in an advertising campaign, and people started using margarine all the time instead of butter. Isn't that interesting? Like, we're conditioned to eat butter. We're conditioned to eat it. We've been eating it for 100+ years, right? Our bodies tolerate it. We're not conditioned to eat margarine. But they had to figure it out. It's the same with coconut oil. Coconut oil is a medium chain fat. Vegetable oil, canola oil, corn oil, that's a long chain fat. A long chain fat is actually not good for you. You don't process it very well. It's what raises your cholesterol, your triglycerides, different things like that. It helps to raise it anyway. It's not the only reason. Coconut oil is medium chains. When I was reading, they used to use it back in the 50s, 60s for popping popcorn all the time. Well, 70s, guess what? Margarine came to existence. Guess what they pushed out of the freaking thing? Coconut oil. Coconut oil is more expensive to make. Vegetable oil, corn oil, that's all a byproduct of things. So it's cheap. It's the same of replacing, refined granulated sugar with high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, easy and cheap to make. They made it cheaper. Have y'all noticed lately in the grocery store how the packages seem to be smaller again? Well, guess what? They've been doing it for a while. 20 years maybe? At least. Let's see, what are we in? 2022? Maybe. I think I noticed it the late 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, 20 years. Oh my gosh, where has the time gone? Instead of changing the price and raising the price of something, it's a trick. They make the quantity smaller. Like bleach used to come in a gallon size. Now it comes in 3 quarts. I think it's even less than that now. And I've noticed lately that they're starting to use the metric system again. Because I bought something the other day and it was exactly 500 milliliters. Now, I don't know the story behind that one. That could have just been a fluke, like made in Mexico, and that's just what they're based it on or whatever. But, I saw it the other day and I was like, man, that seems a lot smaller. And I looked and it was 500 milliliters instead of, what is that, 16 ounces, I guess. I picked up some food the other day. It seemed like the packages were way smaller. So it's a trick. It's a trick, you guys. It's all a mental trick. And you know what? I hate that. I can't stand it. Evil satanic man, he has no soul. I follow my senators telling them no 40. So freaking mad they pass. I know. Yolanda, by the way, how are you? Fortunately, we're still a free country and have choices. Kinda, California machinist. We kinda do. How much have we lost compared to the other generations? Like, I don't know. If I told all this stuff to my grandfather and he was still alive now, he'd probably die of a heart attack from it. Like, they both were in World War II. World War II to fight this evilness, And then you got people like New York and Michigan that purposely put these people with COVID in these nursing homes, and it wiped out the nursing home population. Why? Because they were on Medicare, and they were trying to get them off Medicare because they're a burden. The baby boomer generation is the largest generation so far. They were the baby boomer generation. Guess what? They're all retiring. They're all retired on Medicare, Medicaid. They've bankrupted Social Security how many times over because we're spending $40 billion to Ukraine. You pay your whole life into a system that's not even there to work for you? I'm not going to have it. I'm sure of it. I don't know how many other people are. I'm trying to make up my own system. And you know what? You should have the right to whether you want to pay into it or not. But unfortunately, and this is where the government mentality comes in, and we all know it, there are people that just do not know how to save. They really don't. And they don't understand how to be financially responsible. And I mean, that's their choice. That's their choice. You know, we can educate people, and that's something else they're not doing. They're not actually educating. They are choosing what to indoctrinate them with. And if you want an entire population dependent on the government so that you have the control over them, like 2030, if you all know what I'm talking about, because you'll own nothing and you'll be so happy. Go look it up. You don't teach them those things. You don't teach them life skills. You don't teach them history. Like, how many steps are we that have paralleled the Third Reich? How many steps in are we that parallel the Third Reich? What were the first people they got rid of? Disabled? They went after the disabled people. You know? What are they going after? The ones they can't defend themselves. The ones that are most vulnerable. Who are they targeting? You know, them, they, the infamous them. Used to be a very clever phrase that my ex-husband used to use all the time. And I couldn't stand it for a while, but it's very accurate. What do you do? What do we do? We're trying the peaceful stand, right? Them spend the world while increasing the population and pissed be the people. Yep, they're doing this song. They didn't teach us how to do proper money saving our accounts. The government is going down really soon. The movie we are living will be revealed soon. Have faith, everything will be fine. Agenda. Look up White House. White House. I will look that up. I will look that up. I'm not hopeless, guys. It's not hopeless. There's always hope. When you fail to have hope, that is exactly when there is no hope. And I know that sounds stupid and redundant, but that is the truth. Like, you cannot be hopeless. You have to TBC through in the towel and we'll leave. What? Hager's telling us that. Where did you learn that, Lee Mossman? Sorry, I'm not up to date. I tried to be up to date with it yesterday. And TBC, they were going to do something, but they were being really quiet about it. And I didn't really know what was going on with them. But, you know, I can't play with the rumor mill right now. That's why I'm asking, like, where y'all got your information. Because you know how quickly the rumor mill goes. Saying it's a press release, RIPTA. Oh, RIPTA's up there. Or it used to be. Check Oriole Live, he's talking about it. Done as of next week. That's going to release it. Oh, California Machinist. Oh, you obviously have not listened to some of my live streams, man. I have referenced the art of war so many times. Well, maybe not so many times. I'll have to be more accurate. Probably like a half a dozen times at least. So, Sun Tzu, the art of war, it is considered, I believe, the oldest war manual, reference to war that was written. What AD was it? I don't remember. 700 AD? 400 AD? Something similar to that. I'll have to go look. It's on my shelf. First thing you do, Sun Tzu, Art of War. Gotta read that. Knowledge is power. So, try. Let's see. Well, I can't get it. There we go. Live. It's on. Yeah. Canada was one of the worst offenders about that. The euthanization of elderly people. And everyone's like, oh, look at that, see? That in itself is parallel. That means it's a third right. Like right now, go up on that's actually the catalyst that brought Adolf Hitler to power. It was huge amounts of inflation. The story used to be regarding the Weimar Republic because they printed so much money that people would go to the store with laundry baskets full of money, and if they left them outside the store, that people would come by and they would just dump the money and steal the laundry basket because the laundry basket was worth more money than the money itself. Weimar Republic. You gotta look that up. That's all history. Going down at Hagerstown, those who can't cope have no hope. Stay focused. What's going down? Let them think you're weak, then when you're strong, you're strong when you're weak. Possibly a trick. Santa's been acting weird for the past couple days. Yeah, I guess. I've been watching him a little bit. Always let your opponent underestimate you. I know I get into long conversations with you guys some days because it just needs to be talked about. Per Chris on Facebook. Okay. Hey, you guys. It's okay. Because we are supposed to get the states back up. Or not even back up. We're supposed to get the states built. And there are a lot of us working on a proper organizational structure to withstand all these different things. Because think about it. How structured is the other side? How organized is the other side? How are they able to move? Now, granted, they are funded. They are truly funded well. So we have to figure out, okay, if we can't be well funded, it is what it is. We just have to expect not to be well funded. How do we combat the other side? Or how do we even hold our ground? How do we even hold our ground? Well, we can't do it unstructured. We can't do it unorganized. If we are going to do this for the long haul in these states and be able to pivot 50 states together, that's going to take time. Even Canada took like 9 months to organize. Do you know how long they organized for the People's Convoy? 3 weeks. 3. I don't even think it was a full 3 weeks. I don't remember. I was working between the convoy and work 22 freaking hours a day. Well, it took us that much time to build the infrastructure in order to even get the stuff off the ground. If we would add another week, it would have been way bigger. So for the amount of time that was available in order to organize it, I think that it's done very well for what it's been. And that's okay. That's a jumping off point, you guys. That's not a sad thing. Don't take it as a sad thing. It's a jumping off point. Look what 3 weeks of organization did. 3. Can you imagine if we can get this all worked out in about 4 or 5 months? I know it seems like an eternity, but guess what? It took them 100 years to build what they built against us. It took them straight up at least 50 years to put in all the framework in all these different, well, it'd be more than 50 years after World War II. 60, 70, 80 years. So it's almost 100 years. Yeah. 80 years to build all this framework to make it globalization and implement it a piece at a time. A piece at a time. They couldn't, Debbie. They should have organized and worded out better. They couldn't for the amount of time they had. This was like an immediate call to action after they did what they did to Canada. So when those guys stepped up to do that, they did an amazing job for the short period of time that they had. Are there shortcomings? Absolutely. When you have people that are doing grassroots for the first time or that don't do something to this magnitude, of course. We are not trained professional activists. None of us are. It's all grassroots. So I'm asking you guys to reflect on that and understand. I mean, there's all coulda, woulda, shoulda. We can sit there and do whatever, and that's fine. But guess what? It's a jumping off point. We got states being moved forward under all this. We got structure being put into place under all this. We got people meeting and peacefully assembling at their capitals minimum once a month. It's a good starting point. We got attention from the People's Convoy. We drove across the country together and saw that there was 100,000+ people that felt the same damn way about it. The same way. They weren't alone. At minimum, they weren't alone. We know we're not alone. We know there's a ton of us out there doing the same thing day in and day out right now. Day in and day out that believe similar things, and we're on the right path. You know what we got to start doing? Connecting with these people. Connecting. That's what we have to start doing. We have to set aside our feelings. We have to set aside our critical components. And we have to make sure that we don't go into the negative side of like, oh, see, da-da-da-da-da. Because people are going to feed into it all the time. So you know what? We have to look at this whole thing as a positive thing. Look what happened. How much awareness was brought up. How many people were around. How much change occurred. Because whether you agree or not, change occurred. I don't believe in coincidences. When you start rolling across the country and all the mandates freaking stop at the exact same time, that's pressure. That's powerful. Powerful. When you go to California, even if you're not as big as you were, and things start changing, that's powerful. You have to understand that. Which means we need to build on that. They force pressure to regime it. The other thing is we got to spit ourselves out of the system, y'all. We spit ourselves out of the system quick. How are we going to do that? Yes, we still need to work. Yes, we still have money. How are we going to do that? Start becoming more independent. More independent. Try to buy locally. Tighten your belt. Don't go to Walmart. Don't go to Amazon. You know what these people are doing? They're trying to develop a public-private partnership with the government. Why do you think Walmart, Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's, and all the big companies were open when everybody was locked down? Why do you think they were open? Because they sway. And in order to shut down countries and to destroy small businesses. Why do you think all the small businesses were shut down? That is what you have to do. You have to destroy them. Then you've got the sway of 100 large companies to work with you and control the products and this, that, and the other. Instead of having to control 10,000 small businesses. I'm just giving you smaller numbers, but I mean, I think small business is 85% of commerce in the United States. 85%. You can't control if you have 80% of businesses that are small and you can't control them. The art of war thing again. So, why? It's all, 178. I don't know. We're regrouping. Sometimes we have to regroup and step back. There's just so much going on in the world. Texas. Governor Abbott re-signed in March 23rd. Re-upped the emergency declaration for COVID on March 23rd of this year. Hid it. It was hard to find. Research people found it. Quietly. 237 counties in the state of Texas out of counties still have an emergency COVID declaration. Guess what we're going after? As goes Texas, so goes the world. Come on, Texas. If we can pull 10 million Texans together, no, when it cut out, it just told me it cut out. Are y'all still there? Held on longer than I thought. Did it reconnect? Are you still there? It just told me it cut out. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Good Friday. Oh. Title 42 is being voted on today. Masks are coming back to New York and other states. Okay, yay! It came back. Okay. So what I was saying was we're regrouping a little bit. Yeah, he took out a lot of people in New York. I don't even think that's the accurate number. They don't even know what the damn number is. They can't even calculate it. They said it was like 3-4 times what they calculated originally. So you can't trust anything coming out of New York, unfortunately, right now. But what I was saying was we're going to we're going to go after these emergency declarations in the state of Texas first. We have to start local right now. There's just way too much shit going on in the world. And to be honest with you, even though we all want to attack the globalist agenda, or maybe not attack the globalist agenda, because, I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. Strongly disagree with the potential agenda that's being distributed behind people's backs in order to sway. A lot of people don't understand it that way. And so where do you have to go? You have to start locally. So guess what? The slogan for the week is fuel, food, and formula. Our fuel, our food, and our formula are being shorted. We all need food. We all need fuel. And we sure as shit need formula for the kids. I don't agree with the package that was spent in the Congress over formula, and everyone's going to attack it. Oh, for the kids. What the hell was in that bill that you decided you needed to spend? What did he even spend on that? $26 million or some insane amount? Like, I need to go look that bill up and read it, because I guarantee you what's in there has almost nothing to do with fucking formula. That's what they do all the time. So, good times, Hang on. Yeah, the border should be closed, but what do they say? You can pass any law you want to. It's all about enforcement. If you don't have the people behind you to enforce it, you're not gonna. That's the other argument everyone's having with the WHO right now. Well, you have to enforce it for it to be blah blah blah. Well, who's in power? Who's gonna enforce it? Sure as shit they will. Now, if the shoe's on the other foot, maybe not. But the point is, what's it still doing? Hang on. Oh my gosh, my allergies are gonna get me. Alright, hang on. Let's see. X-ray saying the convoy has food rate of orders to open. Don't know how to move. I'm on a different phone here. which means that I don't exactly know how to work this one like I do the other one. So it's going to take me a second. Hang on. There you go. There's Big Spring. You guys don't know who freaking said it. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just don't know enough about it to tell you whether it's this, that, or the other. I mean, I'm driving right now. Y'all are in, they said they published it. Sorry, yes, there's a crack in my windshield, if y'all know. They said they published it on the website is what one of you guys said, so I mean, obviously if the word got out that that's the truth, then of course everybody's gonna say it. And you just don't know. You don't know what's going on. Like, I have to tell you guys, like, unless you got boots in the ground down there and you're right there, I mean, you never know what's going on unless you're right there in the thick of it. And then it's so interesting to see how many different people's perspectives take hold and get changed around like a telephone game. What? Who is that? Hang on. How come I can't get it to... There it goes. Mike Oxlong. Do I have a real job? Is that what you're asking, Mike? Do I have a real job? Yes, I own a company, Mike. My real job is to deliver and drive stuff around. But owning a company, that means, guess what? I gotta work on stuff. Oh, hang on. That's my guy. Hello? No, Herman, I'm not right now. What's up? Left and right, both of them, none of them, the one side or the other. Both of them. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the truck. You know what, Herman? No. Can you make it home safely? Is Dana there by chance? Is she there? Can I have her give you a ride? Your truck's working, right? Okay, hang on a second. Hang on, I gotta make sure I'm on the right road right now, hang on. Okay, yeah, I'm making the correct turn. Okay, can I have Dana take you home and I can leave the truck there for a couple days? I need to be able to work on the truck this weekend. Okay, let's do that, and then we'll just leave the truck at the house for a little bit so I can start working on it and getting that figured out, and then putting some hooks on it for you and stuff like that, okay? That's fine. All right, let's do that, and then I'll call Dana right now and ask her if she can take you home, okay? Julie. Okay, all right, yeah, just make sure you leave all the paperwork and stuff in the box for you, please, okay? All right, thanks, Herman. Bear with me, you guys. I'm in the middle of work right now. I gotta solve a couple problems. Yes, I work. I don't know why you think I don't work, Mike. I'm not sure why you would say that. Hey, give Mike a break. Maybe Mike just didn't know. Are you back? Are you still there? That was operational error. Owner operational error. Are you there? What's it gonna say? 30, 20. Frozen. Is it still frozen? Did it reconnect or is it still frozen? Let's see what happens. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if it... Is it back? Yeah, it's good. It's back. Yeah. Okay, cool. That was my fault. I didn't realize the power. Oh yeah, I would love to have someone to ride dressage with me. I'm getting ready to. I know I'm kind of squirreled out actually. Mike, where's Mike? Mike. What's your name, Mike? Mike Oxford. Mike. Bam. Mike Oxlawn. Okay, Mike Oxlawn. All right. Mike. No, I wasn't offended. I just was surprised. So I don't know how long it's gonna handle it. So yeah, Mike. Maybe Mike doesn't know what I do for a living, and that's cool. If you don't know, that's fine. But I do own a company, a trucking company to be exact, and I work like crazy on it all the time. And sometimes I live stream it, and sometimes I don't. It just depends on the day and the mood I'm in, I guess. Sometimes, like the other day, I just did not feel like talking at all. Like, I just didn't. So, Mike, are you filming with a hash brown? I don't know what that means. Can you be more specific, please? You guys, as you can see, it's a whole. many more practices. Oh my god, when New gets live and going off, she's got away from eyes money. Yeah, I'm still in the middle of nowhere, you guys. I know, it is what it is. I will have to go see what that poor man is saying because I adore Wizzy a lot. I think he's a good man. I think that he has a lot of insight. He's very smart. I can't really say anything bad about the guy. I haven't seen him do anything that I would necessarily disagree with. So if he's got something to say, it's probably important. So I totally get it. All right. Let's not get into arguments here, people. I'm shocked and say something stupid. Let's not just let it go. It's all good. It's all good. We don't need to argue on here. We can have a civil discourse. I'm okay with civil discourse. That's what makes the world go round. That's all about freedom. But yeah, as you can see, it's a whole lot of nothing. They plant a lot of cotton up here. See the thing that looks like it's on fire, maybe? That's called a flare. Burns off all the extra gases when they're pumping oil. And then we have lots of crazy people around. I might lose y'all. Wow, look, you lose. It's pretty funny, buddy. I like that. It's clever. Big Hill, you know what? I'm probably going to lose you guys, so I'm just going to end it right now. It's better than totally losing y'all. So go handle the convoy stuff. Keep your chin up. It'll be all right. It's not ending forever. It's just that piece is ending. We're going to be all right. I will hit you guys up later. You guys take care, all right? Because I know I'm going to lose you. So I'll be back. Do what you got to do. All right? And be safe out there, okay?